Number 10. Will Smith and Margot Robbie. In 2013, Star magazine published a bombshell allegation that Will Smith was caught cheating with his co-star Margot Robbie when they worked together on the movie Focus. The report actually claimed that in photo booth pictures that they found and published on their cover, Will appeared to be shirtless and Margot lifted up her own shirt to reveal her lingerie. The magazine also claimed that after they pulled the curtain back to take the pictures, they were getting very touchy-feely with each other in the dark. The scandal was massive at the time because Will is married to Jada Pinkett Smith, and back then they had yet to admit to having an open relationship. But the rumors soon died down as E! News revealed that the pictures were commissioned by a production and that the entire cast and crew saw them being taken. It also came out that Will and Margot are absolutely just friends and there was nothing else going on between them. Even Margot was quick to deny everything on Twitter. Quote, "There's absolutely no truth to the ridiculous rumor. It's disappointing that goofing around on set could be taken so out of context." Well, people do tend to jump to conclusions. Number 9. Dominic West and Lily James. The actors were at the height of scandal when they were photographed getting cozy in Rome, all while filming their new series The Pursuit of Love in 2020. The pictures show the stars kissing, sitting at a cafe, standing on the Spanish steps, and riding tandem on a scooter, looking very much to be on a date. Although Lily was single at the time, Dominic has been married to Catherine Fitzgerald for 10 years, and they have 4 children together. A source told The Sun that when Catherine saw the pictures, she was devastated and tried to get a hold of her husband, but he wasn't answering his phone. She was reportedly shocked by the whole thing because she didn't realize anything was going on. But only a few days later, there was a photo taken out the front of the couple's home with a note saying, "Our marriage is strong and we're very much still together. Thank you." Since the incident, James has kept quiet and cancelled various interviews to promote her latest film Rebecca, which is probably a good decision considering the fact that both parties have not yet publicly talked about their affair since it occurred. Number 8. Chad Michael Murray and Paris Hilton. In 2003, Chad Michael Murray and Sophia Bush fell in love while filming the TV series One Tree Hill. 2 years later, they were married. However, they separated just 5 months later when rumors swirled that Chad had cheated on his wife with Paris Hilton, his co-star on the film House of Wax. During the time he and Paris both worked on the horror film together, they reportedly had an affair, according to Backstreet Boy Nick Carter, who was dating Paris at the time. But after separating, Chad and Sophia still had to keep working together for another 3 years on One Tree Hill. If that's not awkward, I don't know what is. It wasn't until 2011 that the actor decided to rethink the way in which he was living his whole life. Quote, "When you're young and you're thrown into something that I was definitely not ready for, I'm human and I screw up." But his ex-wife definitely took the whole affair much harder, and it's clear that his actions really affected her in the long term. In 2017, she wrote in Cosmopolitan that the scandal was a massive event in her life and the trauma of it was amplified by how public it became. She has also said that she feels the marriage was a joke and it did nothing but reduce her to a Hollywood statistic. Ouch. Number 7. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Jen and Brad got married in 2000 in a lavish Malibu wedding, and things were perfect for the Hollywood it couple until they suddenly announced their divorce in 2005. What happened exactly? Well, long story short is Brad met Angelina for the first time on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and the rest is history. Apparently the movie was filled with so much romantic tension, it was impossible for the two stars not to fall for each other. I mean, Mr. and Mrs. Smith is probably the sexiest spy movie to ever exist, so it's easy to see how everything went down. But the problem was that Brad was still married to Jen. But he didn't let that stop him, and they allegedly still got together despite his marriage. To add insult to injury, he said about his marriage to Jen, quote, "I was trying to pretend the marriage was something that it wasn't. I'm satisfied with making true choices and finding the woman I love, Angie, and building a family that I love so much." That sounds pretty harsh, but it turned out that Brad and Angelina's relationship wasn't just a fling, and they actually went on to date for many years and had a large family before finally getting married in 2014. The love triangle was one of the biggest celebrity scandals of the early 2000s, and it still dominates the tabloids to this day. Number 6. Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher. The actress and writer Carrie Fisher was never one to hold back when she had something to say, and in 2016 she shared a fascinating piece of history in her own memoir called The Princess Diarist. According to Carrie, she had a brief but very intense affair with her Star Wars co-star Harrison Ford while they were filming the movie in 1976. But what's really quite troubling is that People magazine reported that she was just 19 years old when the 3-month affair affair took place, while Harrison was 36 years old and married to his wife of 15 years, Mary Marquardt. To make matters worse, the couple also shared 2 kids together. In terms of sneaking around, Carrie actually said, quote, "It was Han and Leia during the week and Carrie and Harrison during the weekend." She also explained to The Guardian that the affair between them had eventually come down to unreciprocated love. She said that she'll always feel something for him. The Star Wars actress was so young at the time that they got together, and although she must have known it was wrong, it's hard to say that the blame rests completely on her. What's even sadder is that after Carrie died in 2016, Harrison never fully confessed to the affair, probably more out of shame for cheating on his wife. Number 5. Ewan McGregor and Mary Elizabeth Winstead. The co-stars brought their on-screen romance into the real world after working together on the FX series Fargo. The pair appeared on season 3 of the anthology crime drama, which debuted in April of 2017. Only a month later, the actress announced on social media that she had split from her husband of 7 years, Riley Stearns. Following her separation, Winstead was spotted on a date, hooking up with McGregor in London, and cheating rumors were flying because although she was single, he was very much not. The Trainspotting actor was still married to Eve Mavrakis at the time, with whom he shares 4 children. After the Emmy winner was spotted getting cozy with Winstead, fans began to wonder about the status of his marriage, but it wasn't until January of 2018 that his now ex-wife filed for divorce. But while the two managed to keep their romance relatively private, their relationship raised eyebrows even among their family members. In fact, in August of 2018, McGregor's daughter Clara had some strong feelings on the new relationship at the time. She took to Instagram to comment on a Mary Elizabeth Winstead fan page, quote, "Most beautiful and talented woman on earth? Oh man, y'all are delusional. This girl is a piece of trash." Wow. Number 4. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Although it's been over for decades, Nicole Kidman's marriage to Tom Cruise is still one of Hollywood's most talked about relationships. Cruise met Nicole Kidman on the set of the movie Days of Thunder, and the pair were instantly smitten with one another, and they soon started engaging in a torrid love affair. But at the time of meeting, you guessed it, the Top Gun actor was still married to Mimi Rogers, whom he wed in 1987. As it became clear that the affair was more than just a simple fling, Tom divorced his first wife in February of 1990, and less than 1 year later, he exchanged vows with Nicole in December of 1990. They even adopted 2 children, Isabella Jane and Connor Anthony, and eventually went on to make 2 more movies together as a couple. But as we all know, their marriage was far from perfect, and they ended up splitting a decade later in 2001. Looking back on the divorce, Nicole said, quote, "It took me a very long time to heal. It was a shock to my system. We were in a bubble, just the 2 of us. We became very dependent on one another." Number 3. Billy Crudup and Claire Danes. The massive scandal started in late 2003. Billy and his girlfriend of 8 years, Mary Louise Parker, who at the time was about 7 months pregnant with his son, broke up. The New York Post reported that the actor had moved on with his stage beauty co-star Claire Danes, who was only 24 at the time. In the summer of that year, the former co-stars had been spotted getting cozy all over New York City, and even had a very cute looking courtside date filled with PDA. But Billy wasn't the only cheater in that situation, as Claire also ended up breaking the heart of her longtime boyfriend Ben Lee to be with the actor. Their love affair didn't last long, however, and it's clear that all the heartbreak wasn't even worth it, because they ended up splitting up just 3 years later. Naturally, the ultra-private couple didn't discuss the reason behind their breakup, but the tabloids were happy to do so for them. Several magazines even claimed that Danes had left Billy for Hugh Dancy, but we'll never really know what happened. Years later, Claire said, quote, "I was just in love with him and needed to explore that. I was 24, I didn't quite know what those consequences would be." Number 2. Morena Baccarin and Ben McKenzie. The Homeland actress furiously denied rumors that she had been cheating on her husband at the time, Austin Chick. But when she got pregnant by her Gotham co-star Ben McKenzie, there was very little she could do to cover it up. And just like that, the cheating rumors were confirmed. Although the actress tried to shut down the allegations, according to a TMZ report, the divorce papers filed in 2015 by Austin show that he claimed that he was still sharing a bed with Morena when she conceived Mackenzie's baby. She did get a happy ending though, and eventually gave birth to Mackenzie's daughter Frances in March of 2016, just 2 weeks before her divorce from Austin was finalized, and went on to marry Mackenzie in June the following year. But did she at least feel a little bad for sleeping with her co-star while she was married? Well, not really. In fact, she told People magazine that working with him on Gotham was wonderful. Quote, "Ben's the sweetest. It's very nice to work with your significant other, especially when you're pregnant, because you know you'll get some extra TLC and get taken care of. I mean, yeah, I guess that sounds nice if you can ignore the question of how they met. Number 1. John Malkovich and Michelle Pfeiffer. The legendary actor John Malkovich caused intense scandal both on and off the screen when it came to filming 1998's Dangerous Liaisons with his co-star Michelle Pfeiffer. At the time, the actor had been married to actress Glenn Headley for 6 years, but that completely fell apart in the midst of his affair with Michelle. Interestingly enough, even the film's director, Stephen Frears, said, quote, "Dangerous Liaisons is about betrayal and lies and relationships unraveling. It was one of those times where reality and art intersect. It was overwhelming to John. Even for a man who delights in bad behavior, that was a difficult time. Not to mention the fact that John's older brother, Danny, told Entertainment Weekly in 1993 that when the actor came home with Michelle, that was the happiest that he had ever seen him. But even though John and his ex-wife got divorced in 1988, the affair didn't last long either, and they reportedly broke up not long after. But apparently Malkovich took the breakup very hard and reportedly cried for a whole year. The two of them must have really had something special, because he told The Guardian in 2008, quote, "It's hard to believe Michelle Pfeiffer ever said hello to me." I mean, if you can forget about the fact that he cheated on his wife, it's still romantic the way he talks about Michelle.
Starting off our list at number 10 is Ashton Kutcher. Don't freak out, the actor didn't cheat on his wife and mother of his children, Mila Kunis. He actually cheated on his wife that came before her, Demi Moore. The actress was 16 years older than Ashton and had 3 teenage girls when they first got together. When they got married, he was only 25 years old. The age difference had rumors flying that there was trouble in paradise when it came to their marriage. The majority of rumors were that Ashton was cheating on Demi with multiple different women. The rumors may not have stuck, but one alleged hookup sure did when there was proof. Paparazzi captured pictures of Ashton leaving his hotel, the Roosevelt, with Sarah Leal in the car with him. After the picture surfaced, Sarah came forward with the truth, saying that they hooked up in a hot tub in September 2011 on his 6-year anniversary with Moore. During an interview with The Sun, she stated, and I quote, "We had sex twice, everything felt natural, we were having a good time, one thing led to another. He was good, it wasn't weird or perverted or creepy. I was attracted to him and he was attracted to me." She also went on to say that Ashton told her he was separated from Demi at the time when they hooked up. Needless to say, Ashton and Demi officially divorced not long after the truth came out. At number 9 is LeAnn Rimes. She's known for a bit of everything, acting, singing, and she's even recognized now as an author. She is a triple threat. However, one thing she isn't very good at is being faithful to her husband. Her cheating scandal caused a lot of controversy when photos of her kissing her co-star Eddie Cibrian at a romantic dinner together. Turns out Eddie was married too. The scandal made headlines back in 2009 when the footage was leaked from a restaurant security camera. The photo snapshots show the two actors holding hands, kissing, and cuddling up next to each other. Rimes was married to Dean Shermitt since 2002, and Eddie was married to Brandi Glanville since 2001 and even had 2 kids with her. Once both of their spouses were made aware of the cheating, they both pulled the plug on their marriage. LeAnn and Eddie eventually married each other in 2011. How romantic. Taking over the number 8 spot is Balthazar Getty. Most people remember this scandal because the picture went viral of the famous topless holiday cheating scandal. Back in 2008, the actor's career was in its prime when he starred in Brothers and Sisters. Not only was his career going well, but so was his marriage. He had a long-term marriage with his wife Rosetta Getty, and the two of them even had 4 children together. That was quickly ruined when he was caught having an affair with Sienna Miller. They were caught together in Italy on a vacation when topless photos of Sienna made headlines. Getty and his wife separated for 2 years after the incident, but decided to work things out. The actor and his wife opened up during an interview with People magazine and said that it actually made their marriage stronger. As for Sienna, she later dated Jude Law, who ended up cheating on her with their nanny. Karma? At number 7, we have Katharine McPhee. Her career first started in the music industry when she came in 2nd place during her season on American Idol. She later transitioned into the acting world when she landed a starring role on the television series Smash in 2012. During her time on the show, paparazzi managed to get some photos of Katharine and the director of the series, Michael Morris, kissing, which definitely wasn't part of her job description. Both of them were guilty because they were both married at the time. Michael was married to the mother of his 3 children, and Katharine had been married to a man named Nick Kokis for 5 years at that point. Her husband ended up filing for divorce, and the paperwork was finalized in 2014. Swiping the number 6 spot is Ryan Phillippe. For a long time, the actor was married to Reese Witherspoon and they were one of Hollywood's most admired couples. They got married in 1999 and were together until 2006, where they had 2 kids together, a daughter and a son. The couple always came across as having the perfect relationship, which is why people were stunned when Ryan was photographed kissing another woman while he was still married to Reese. Photos made headlines of Ryan and the Australian beauty Abby Cornish having a public makeout session. In 2007, Ryan and Reese divorced as a result of the cheating scandal, and eventually Ryan spoke openly on his romance with his mistress. The two of them continued to be in a relationship together until 2010. Halfway through the list at number 5 is Elizabeth Taylor. The actress was part of a huge Hollywood scandal all the way back in 1962. It was one of the most scandalous and iconic headlines made during the time. Paparazzi caught Elizabeth spending some romantic time with Richard Burtman on a private yacht. The first photo appeared in June of 1962 and people were shocked seeing as both of them had been married at the time. Elizabeth was married to her 4th husband at the time, Eddie Fisher, and Richard was married to his first wife, Sibel Williams. Once the pictures were out, the two of them left their marriages to be together. They became an iconic couple in Hollywood and got married only 1 year after the scandal on March 15, 1964. Their love story was legendary, but for all the wrong reasons. Here we are at number 4 with Hugh Grant. Even with photographic evidence, some actors are able to weasel their way out of the wrongdoings. But Hugh's photographs are not the typical kissing photo like anyone else on this list. Not only was he publicly outed for cheating on his girlfriend in 1995, he was also arrested because he had solicited an escort. His cheating scandal pictures, his mugshot, and hers. There is no way you're possibly talking yourself out of this one. Back then, Hugh Grant and his girlfriend Elizabeth Hurley were one of Hollywood's power couples, or so everyone thought. During the scandal, fans were shocked that Elizabeth actually stood by her man's side. It didn't last very long though, the damage had already been done and they split not too long after. Taking the number 3 spot is Kristen Stewart. Her scandal broke the hearts of many Twilight fans. She began dating her co-star and movie boyfriend Robert Pattinson while filming the Twilight series of movies. Fans were obsessed with their love story since they got to see it in the movies and also in real life. She ruined their love story when she was caught cheating with her Snow White and the Huntsman director Rupert Sanders. The paparazzi leaked the photos in 2012, which showed the two of them making out in a car and snuggling up together on a deserted hike. Not only was Kristen in a relationship, but so was Rupert. He was married to Liberty Ross and also had kids with her. Robert, Liberty, and fans were all heartbroken by the shocking scandal. Kristen issued a statement saying, "I'm deeply sorry for the hurt and embarrassment I've caused to those close to me and everyone this has affected. This momentary indiscretion has jeopardized the most important thing in my life, the person I love and respect the most, Rob." The two of them split not long after, and Rupert's wife filed for divorce the following year. Alright guys, at number 2 we have Marlon Wayans, the actor who made big waves in the acting industry when he starred in White Chicks back in 2004, one of my favorite movies to this day. However, I am not too pleased with the actor after learning about his cheating scandal. The scandal happened in 2012 when he had been dating his girlfriend and mother of his 2 children, Angelica Zachary, for 12 years. Pictures made headlines that showed Marlon kissing and caressing a mystery brunette on a private yacht in St. Barth's. Some people were shocked while others stated that he's always had some commitment issues. During an interview with Wendy Williams before the scandal took place, he revealed that he and Angelica don't even live together, even though they have kids together. When asked why, he said, "I like to keep it fresh. When you live together, that's when the sweatpants and the cream on the face comes out and it kind of says you're not going to get some." How did he possibly explain this to his kids? He later admitted that once his kids found out about the cheating, they physically lashed out at him. Angelica decided to stick it out with him, but they ended up getting a divorce in 2013. Taking the number 1 spot is Kevin Hart. This one cut deep for me because he is one of my favorite comedians, so it's hard not losing any respect for him. Not only was Kevin married at the time of his cheating scandal, but his wife was actually pregnant. He was on a trip in Las Vegas when camera footage broke the internet showing the actor getting up close and personal with an exotic dancer. The footage was taken from a Vegas nightclub surveillance video. Once the footage was out there, Kevin came forward in a shocking Instagram video where he confessed his affair to his millions of followers to try and stop the mistress from trying to get money from him in exchange for her silence. At the time all of this was going on, his second wife was in her 3rd trimester of pregnancy. Turns out his wife was actually the mistress that broke up Kevin's first marriage, so their story is kind of a mess altogether. Kevin continued to publicly own up to his actions and apologize for his mistakes, which his wife actually forgave him for.
At number 10 we have the Try Guys. Now the remaining Try Guys, Zach, Keith, and Eugene, are definitely the last people anyone was expecting to completely shun one of their members. But it seems that the internet actually agrees with their statement and decision, and some fans have even praised TTG for taking the side of Ariel and Ned's wrongdoings. Staying ahead of the then brewing scandal, the Try Guys took to Instagram the same day the initial cheating rumors leaked to inform the public of their decision to cut ties with Ned. However, a few weeks prior, TTG also posted an iconic TikTok video featuring the caption, "He's a 10 but he's married." Big yikes, this did not age well. If you haven't already, comment below your personal favorite reaction to Ned's Try Guy cheating scandal. At number 9 we have Ariel Fulmer. Ariel is the mother of Ned's 2 kids and has been one of the most affected parties by her husband's horrible entanglement. Ariel also released a statement across her social platforms to thank fans for their support during this difficult time. Quote, "Nothing is more important to me and Ned than our family, and all we request right now is that you respect our privacy for the sake of our kids." Ariel's post came following Ned's confirmation of cheating on her with Alex in an Instagram upload. Since the scandal has come to light, Try Guy fans everywhere have wanted more details regarding Ariel and how she reacted to his extramarital affair with his employee. The couple first tied the knot in 2012 after 2 years of serious dating. Their first child, Wesley, was welcomed in 2018. The couple shared their second child, Finley, in 2020. The spouses both host a parenting podcast known as Baby Steps. However, they haven't uploaded an episode since 2021. In September 2022, rumors that Ned emotionally broke apart his marriage by being unfaithful with producer Alex circulated. This also took a hit to the Try Guys self-made company founded by all 3 current members of the former BuzzFeed employees and Ned. Said gossip originated from a Reddit thread and then again through a since-deleted Twitter thread, which made note that Ned was missing from TTG's latest 3 videos at the time, and had also been cut off the group's video intros and podcasts as well. Additionally, it described Ariel also being a no-show for her podcast You Can't Sit With Us, which the wife hosts with other romantic partners of the remaining Try Guy members. The initial user also claimed that they spoke with Ariel for about an hour after the events. Coming from the seemingly picture-perfect marriage between the wife guy and his leading lady, Ned's infidelity sure shocked just about the whole world. At number 8 we have Will Thayer. On the other side of the coin for who has been the most heavily pained by the experience, we have Alex's former fiance Will. This ex seemed to be letting bygones be just that, as he raised the glass of champagne after posting images of Alex cheating with Ned. Videos of their inappropriate weekend emerged on the internet as quickly as any hot news story would, and the results were low-key a catastrophe when they reached the hands of Will through an online clubgoer contacting Will about everything. These messages were later proven to have been about Ned and Alex. Ned faced termination of employment when he admitted to cheating after being spotted making out, dancing with, and touching Alex in a New York City club. However, Will has seemingly better things to do than wallow around in his misery about it, as he toasted to his reclaimed bachelor status on Instagram in light of the disintegration of his engagement. Will's friend Steven Kazort was the person who captured Will raising his glass to celebrate new beginnings and self-worth. The caption on the social media post was, "My boy's back in town, if you know, you know." It took Will absolutely no time to dump Alex once it was revealed that she had cheated on him with her boss. Will also disclosed that he was the one to contact Ariel about the occurrence, which he said he too discussed for an hour with her. According to reports by the Daily Mail, Will took down all images of Alex from his Instagram account and changed his page to private. Alex herself has still not made any comments on the issue. At number 7 we have Jake LaRosa. Numerous content creators of BuzzFeed also took to social media to comment on the shocking news attached to the Try Guys. Despite some of them having since deleted their initial 2 cents, everybody knows what goes on the internet stays on the internet. And we're starting with former Try Guys social media manager Jake, who went viral in the midst of Ned's extramarital affair leak. On September 27th, Jake uploaded a TikTok disclosing his resignation from the TTG collective, which has since reached viral fame on every social media platform. The 24-year-old was the previous social media manager for the former quartet turned trio, and as per the media outlet Just Jared, Jake was the handler of the comedic group's second YouTube channel as well. More so, Jake has been featured in some of the Try Guys' most popular videos, with the latest being Try Guys staff tries vegan McDonald's. Jake also made an appearance in another famous video alongside Keith on his personal YouTube channel. For this, Jake posted a sneak peek clip of his time on Instagram where he wrote, "Thanks for having me on Eat the Menu, Keith." Furthermore, Jake also uploaded to that same platform back in 2021 where he shared a handful of images with the caption, "Swipe to see my reaction when I found out I'd be working for the Try Guys." However, outside of his good times with the group, his recent TikTok about resigning from the collective ahead of the Ned situation soon erupted on social media. The video featured the screen words, "Good morning to everyone except Adam Levine, John Mulaney, and ... As Jake gives attitude to the camera, the shot creates a slow pan effect over a cover book image that Jake is holding unfolding of Ned with Ariel as they hosted the couple's 2021 The Date Night Cookbook. Jake recorded himself sipping on a mugged beverage while a song with the lyrics "You ruined everything, you stupid itch" played in the audio as background music. The TikTok was captioned "My last day was Friday," which proved to his followers that Jake had officially hung his towel to dry with the now three-piece collective. At number 6 we have Kelsey Dara. Now fans received a double reaction from Kelsey, who is an alum of the BuzzFeed company where Try Guys first got their start from. When a random Twitter user tweeted, "The most ironic part of the Ned Fulmer Try Guys drama is that someone at BuzzFeed is going to write an article about this," Kelsey speedily clapped back with the response, "T-13 minutes." In addition to her quip, Kelsey further wrote, "All jokes aside, Zach is one of my best friends and best people I know and deserves all the love and support because he's a badass creative and a big heart dude who works incredibly hard." At number 5 we have Devin Little and Maya Murillo. For Devin's reaction, she took a bit more of a realistic approach to how she issued her criticism. In her tweet on the thought-sharing social media platform, Devin shaded, "2022, the year we realized that white guys are still guys." She also made another simple comment with the word "oop" on another fellow BuzzFeed employee, Maya Murillo's tweet. Maya, on the other hand, shared a tweet of her own, which at 2:47 p.m. stated, quote, "Very much not surprised." At number 4 we have Sam Stryker. As if the list of BuzzFeed employees chiming in on the tea couldn't get any longer, we have Sam up next. His 2 sentences involved spreading a meme of Kris and Kylie Jenner questioningly glancing at a computer side by side, alongside the messy caption, "Me, a former BuzzFeed employee, getting caught up on the Try Guys drama this morning." And it seems that judging solely based on Ned's BuzzFeed employees' reactions thus far, it's clear his scandal has quite literally everyone shook. At number 3 we have Quinta Brunson and Jasmine Robbins. Quinta took a surprisingly level-headed approach to the drama by seemingly curving it all, pretty much declaring that she does not receive it. Rather than address it directly like a lot of her other BuzzFeed coworkers, Quinta instead tweeted a simple message of, "All I know is that there's a new episode of Abbott Elementary tomorrow night." However, Jasmine, well, she was a bit more cryptic with her tweet, but still managed to hit him where it hurts when she uploaded a Kermit the Frog meme and wrote, "Y'all shocked?" By doing this, it hints that the BuzzFeed workers might have been well aware of the affair brewing between Ned and Alex, but hey, that's just speculation. At number 2 we have Kristen Chirico. Now Kristen definitely made the implication that all the former BuzzFeed staff were venturing back into their abandoned group chat to hash out the drama in a tweet, which reads, "I have reconnected with almost every work friend I have in the last 8 hours. There have been quite a few onlookers who believe that the workers of BuzzFeed, both present and past, who've gotten involved are merely problematic and catty, while others find it commendable and downright humorous." At number 1 we have TTG fans. Supporters of the Try Guys have been the absolute loudest about how they felt regarding the unfolding scandal. The Try Guys' success only tripled when they suddenly gained heavy mainstream attention in light of the affair, as people, like us, just can't seem to stop talking about it. This can most likely be blamed for the events falling in line barely a week prior to Adam Levine's alleged infidelity. Both Adam and Ned's relationship have been characterized as them historically being husbands who are uber vocal about how much love they have for their wives. So naturally, fans had a lot to say. Twitter user Maria OK98 started off the conversation with, "Try Guys dropping Ned Fulmer for cheating on his wife and not just automatically sticking by their friend is what we like to see." More users added to the Twitterverse drama to share their reactions while the scandal untangled itself, and a few even noted the irony of the Try Guys' previous "He's a 10" TikTok. User Bravenclaw reiterated the sentiment by posting the tweet, "He really said he's a 10, but he's already married." Alea Irene tweeted in response, "Keyboard smash. The Try Guys posted a TikTok 8 weeks ago where Ned said he's a 10 but he's already married, and it's getting a sudden burst of activity and showed up on my For You page." Like Twitter users Alea and Braven, many other social media posters began revisiting past TTG videos to uncover more ironically iconic moments. Another tweeter, Vinci again, was quick to recall the BuzzFeed employees who were adding to the mess. Quote, "Ex-BuzzFeed employees commenting on Ned and the Try Guys is my Avengers Assemble." Several other tweets took to the platform to express their confusion about this scandal, including Wonder Woman's Linda Carter. However, on a level of fans alone, Summer Sunshine stated, "Well, this aged beautifully," to reference a clip of some of the Try Guys questioning Ned on whether or not he was hiding any secrets from them, to which Ned denies with a sus "don't think so." One other poster, Fadios Fodi, tweeted, "The Try Guys try predicting the future," from a snippet during another TTG video where Ariel's being filmed saying, "Ned is cheating, I'm calling it," while lively Christmas music plays in the background. If that's not ironic, I don't know what is.
Number 10, Justin Timberlake and Elisha Wainwright. Justin Timberlake and Elisha Wainwright made headlines when they were spotted holding hands during a night out in New Orleans. The two actors were shooting the movie Palmer, which is a drama about an ex-college football star who returns home after being in prison. The co-stars were photographed together getting cozy at a bar in Louisiana, sitting at a table holding hands and talking to one another. The photos showed Justin, who didn't appear to be wearing his his wedding ring, holding hands with the actress under a table and drinking together. At one point, Alicia could be seen resting her hand on the singer's knee, and while he was standing up, putting his arm around her waist. The photos caused a huge scandal because he's been married to Jessica Biel since 2012. Their relationship was really being tested, and Justin had to make a public statement the following month, apologizing for his strong lapse in judgment, and claimed that despite the photos, nothing happened between him and his co-star. Number 9. LeAnn Rimes and Eddie Cibrian. This affair was not exactly unique. In fact, it's a story so common in Hollywood that it borders on cliche. The actors were co-stars who met on the set of a Lifetime movie called Northern Lights. They immediately hit it off and the flirting began. But the kicker was that they were both already married at the time to other people. But hey, in classic Hollywood fashion, they didn't let that stop them, and not long after meeting, they were photographed having dinner together, and the rumor mill did the rest. After extreme press coverage of the affair, both LeAnn and Eddie decided to make it official and separated from their respective spouses to be with each other. They eventually ended up tying the knot in 2011, but the story doesn't entirely end there. A few years later, Eddie was caught cheating on LeAnn at Wendy Williams' 50th birthday party, but she claims she's unfazed by the whole thing and doesn't seem to mind if he flirts with other women. You know what they say, sometimes how you get them is how you lose them too. Number 8. Helena Bonham Carter and Kenneth Branagh. The two are believed to have begun their secret relationship on the set of the film Frankenstein in 1994, which Kenneth played the lead role and Helena played Frankenstein's adopted sister, Elizabeth. At the time, he had been married to Emma Thompson for 8 years, who was adored by fans. The two were even dubbed the Golden Couple by the British press, and seemingly had the perfect marriage, which is why the affair caused a massive scandal that rocked tabloids across the nation. They split in 1995, and years later, Emma has admitted that her tearful scenes in Love Actually were so persuasive because she had had her heart broken very badly by Kenneth. It was a little awkward because both actresses had to work together in the Harry Potter films, with Helena playing Bellatrix and Emma playing Professor Trelawney. But in 2013, she revealed that the two had made their peace years ago, and that the divorce was all blood under the bridge. But Emma even joked that she and her Harry Potter co-star were both slightly mad and a little bit fashion challenged, and she said, quote, "Perhaps that's why Ken loved us both." Number 7. Abby Cornish and Ryan Philippe. The actor first met Reese Witherspoon while starring alongside her in the 1999 movie Cruel Intentions. They actually fell so in love with each other that they ended up getting married that same year. But all good things must come to an end, especially Hollywood romances, and in 2008, Ryan started to get closer to his new co-star, Australian actress Abby Cornish, while they were filming the movie Stop Loss. The two of them seemed to be so comfortable being seen in public together that they were eventually caught having dinner together in a Texas restaurant, despite the fact that there were some curtains around the table. They were also caught together again just outside of Ryan's apartment. The affair was so in your face, it really wasn't funny. But it wasn't until Reese discovered intimate messages back and forth that were being exchanged between the two of them on his phone. Then it was clear that after 7 years of marriage and 2 children, Reese was ready to call it quits with Ryan, and later went on to marry talent agent Jim Toth, whilst Ryan and Abby's love affair eventually lost its spark. Number 6. Kerry Russell and Matthew Rhys. The actors played secret KGB agents and love interests on the FX spy drama The Americans. The romance between the two sparked while on set, but there was just one problem. At the time, Kerry was still married to Shane Deary, with whom she had 2 kids. The two leads play like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and so naturally, many believe their steamy scenes were indicative of a real-life romance. At the time though, they both heavily denied it. When talking about their sex scenes, Matthew said, quote, "We've all done a million of them in this crazy life we sign up for." He said that eventually the clinical element of it kicks in, which sort of takes away from that embarrassment. But it's obvious that there was really something going on, as the two of them were shopping for furniture together at Christmas in 2013. Not long after, Kerry parted ways with her now ex-husband. Unlike most cheating scandals though, this one seemed to turn out quite well, as Kerry, Matthew and Shane reportedly go on vacations together and frequently dine out as friends. Not only that, but in 2016, Kerry and Matthew Matthew welcomed their first child together and became a blended family. Number 5. Tori Spelling and Dean McDermott. The Beverly Hills 90210 star and her husband, Dean McDermott, have been making headlines since their scandalous start. The two actors met on the set of Lifetime's Mind Over Murder in 2005, only a year after Spelling married her first husband, Charlie Shanahan. Dean was also married at the time for more than a decade to Mary Jo Eustace, with whom he shares a son. Tori and Dean began cheating on their spouses the night they met. In fact, she wrote about the affair in her 2009 memoir, quote, "It was love at first sight. I fell so hard. Then I noticed he had a wedding ring. When someone asked, he pulled out photos of his children, and oh yeah, I had a husband too." Yeah, there's no making that sound better. She went on to say that the couple ended up spending the night together despite the fact that they were both married. And she knew it was meant to be because when she woke up next to Dean the following day, she said she had no regrets. The two married and went on to have 4 children together before yet another cheating scandal rocked their relationship in 2013, this time with Dean and the nanny. Number 4. Kate Hudson and Owen Wilson. The Hollywood stars had a massive cheating scandal while filming the 2006 comedy You, Me and Dupree, most likely because Kate was married to rock musician Chris Robinson for 6 years when she met Owen. The actors had a wild affair that lasted only 6 months, but it was definitely long enough to ruin Kate's relationship with her husband forever. Amid the rumors of infidelity, the Black Crowes singer ended up filing for divorce from Hudson in November 2006, citing irreconcilable differences and seeking joint custody of their then 2-year-old son Ryder. A month after the film opened in July, Kate and Owen were confirmed to be officially dating. But the affair didn't seem to stack up to anything, as the couple's relationship was short-lived, and they broke up less than a year later. As the public started to turn against the actress, she countered the speculation by telling Harper's Bazaar that's not what happened. But looking back at the 2006 press tour, it was pretty obvious that something was happening between them, because it got kind of inappropriate. Owen asked her about wearing a bikini in the film and whether she and her husband have ever had a third wheel experience. Number 3. Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. Many Hollywood romances have started on screen and bled into the real lives of the actors involved. The most iconic has to be that of Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall. The two engaged in a scandalous affair after meeting on the set of To Have and Have Not back in 1944. Bacall was only 19 when she first met Bogart, who was already an acclaimed Hollywood star and 25 years older than her. But that wasn't the only issue. At the time, Bogart was married to actress Mayo Methot, but their relationship was reportedly falling apart. Bacall confessed in her 1978 memoir that there was no clap of thunder or lightning bolt moment when she first laid eyes on him in 1943, but the actors became close on the set when she was nervous about the production and turned to her co-star for support. Just 3 weeks into filming, the pair shared their first kiss in her dressing room after a day of filming, and he asked her for her phone number, which she famously scribbled on the back of a matchbook. After that, they began meeting in secret places and using their on-screen names to disguise their identities. Bogart eventually divorced his wife in 1945 and married Bacall just 11 days later. Number 2. Sienna Miller and Daniel Craig. Scandal erupted in 2005 when Sienna Miller's confession of love to Daniel Craig was publicly broadcast to the world while she was still married to Jude Law. The two were co-stars in the 2004 film Layer Cake with Sienna, and at some point the two got a little bit closer than they did on screen. But how did the news of the affair get out? Well, that's the tricky part. A journalist hacked Daniel's voicemail, retrieving a message that came from Sienna's phone number. Both parties tried to discredit the audio tape at first, but when the hearing took place for the hacking trial, it was proven to be authentic. Sienna tried to play it off and told the court that she always ended phone calls saying "I love you," insisting it wasn't some huge declaration of love. She denied that the message meant she was in a relationship with Daniel, but she did admit to the court that they were briefly involved. Jude reportedly learned of his wife's affair from the newspaper story and called Daniel to confront him, because the two used to be close friends. Talk about messy. And coming in at number 1, Meg Ryan and Russell Crowe. In the 90s, Meg Ryan had a squeaky clean image thanks to her role as a leading lady in many rom-coms like When Harry Met Sally and Sleepless in Seattle. But her reputation took a huge hit when it emerged that she cheated on her then husband, Dennis Quaid, with her co-star Russell Crowe. Meg and Dennis had been married for 9 years and already shared a son together when she met Russell on the set of the 2000 thriller Proof of Life, and the pair had instant chemistry. But the affair reportedly caused awkwardness amongst the cast and crew, as the actress didn't even appear on the press tour because she was so worried that they would be asking her about it. In fact, the film's director, Taylor Hackford, blamed the cheating scandal for the film being a flop at the box office. Meg was publicly shamed, especially after she and Dennis officially announced their separation, because it allegedly put too much strain on their marriage. When she began dating her co-star, it really changed the public's perception of her as the quirky rom-com lead. In fact, she told The Guardian in 2003, quote, "I was all over the tabloids and I walked through the lobby and the place stopped. People stopped talking and stared at me." Goes to show you how sensational the affair was at the time. Number 10. Liam Payne. The former One Direction member was engaged to Maya Henry in the summer of 2020. Their romance began in 2019 when the pair was pictured together at a series of public events, and they announced their engagement the following year, and Liam proposed with a $4 million ring. But Maya first indicated there was trouble in their relationship after a fan went on Instagram and posted a slideshow of Liam hugging and kissing a mysterious brunette. The fan tagged Maya in the post, which prompted her to go off in the comments section. She wrote, "Please stop sending me these pictures of my fiance wrapped around another woman. This is not me, and it's hard enough knowing this happened without seeing it." Scandal erupted online as Liam began receiving tons of backlash for his alleged infidelity, which he adamantly denied, insisting that they weren't together at the time. Either way, the young couple eventually broke up for good that same year. If you're loving this video so far, please hit that like button, it would really help us out. Number 9. Adam Levine. The Maroon 5 frontman has been married to his Victoria's Secret supermodel wife Bahati Prinsloo for almost a decade, and the couple have 2 children together, and another one on the way. But all that came crashing down when an Instagram model named Summer Stroh went on TikTok and posted a video called "Having an Affair with a Man Who's Married to a Victoria's Secret Model," which was basically a whole video confessing that they had been in a relationship with Adam Levine for a whole year. She has also come through with a whopping amount of evidence and posted a series of DMs that Adam sent her on Instagram. To make matters worse, several months after their affair, Adam DM'd Sumner out of the blue asking if she would be okay with him naming his new baby after her. This news was perhaps one of the biggest cheating scandals of the year, and so far another 4 women have come out claiming to have been involved with the singer at one point in time. Number 8. Ned Fulmer. The internet went crazy when a video started circulating on social media of Ned Fulmer from the Try Guys kissing his employee Alex Herring at a New York City bar. Alex is actually one of the most well-known employees of the company, and over the years she's been featured in many videos. But if that wasn't bad enough, she was engaged to her fiance Will Thayer at the time, and the couple had been together for 11 years. The scandal was insane. Fans were beyond shocked that certified wife guy Ned was even capable of cheating on his beautiful wife Ariel Fulmer. He was known as a super devoted husband who loved to gush over his wife in almost every video, so he really betrayed the audience as well as his own family. As a result, he was swiftly fired from the Try Guys, and he had to put out a statement owning up to the affair, admitting to having a consensual workplace relationship. Number 7. Gerard Piqué. In early June, Barcelona and Spain football star Gerard Piqué's high-profile marriage to Colombian star Shakira allegedly ended due to his unfaithfulness. A few days later, Shakira and Piqué confirmed that they had in fact called it quits. According to Spanish newspaper Marca, the other woman was 23-year-old Clara Chia, who was dating one of his friends at the time. Piqué was allegedly smitten the first time he saw her, and they exchanged phone numbers and started dating in secret. Now, new details have emerged that he may have been cheating on Shakira as far back as 2012 with Israeli supermodel Bar Refaeli, who also happens to be Leonardo DiCaprio's ex-girlfriend. The affair was exposed when Shakira found messages detailing their intimate encounters. When she was asked about Piqué being linked to another woman, she told Elle magazine, "I can only say that I put everything I had into this relationship and my family," and pointed out that although she chose her marriage over her career, sadly it still didn't work out. Number 6. Jason Derulo. Nearly 1 year after Jason Derulo and Jenna Frooms broke off their relationship, she exposed him for cheating on her throughout their relationship. When her comment section filled up with people accusing her of sleeping around, Jenna took to Instagram to correct the narrative, saying, "It's unfortunate my situation didn't work out because we once did aspire to be married, but maybe it's best to be single than be in a relationship and constantly be disrespected and cheated on and lied to. No one aspires to be a single mom, but if your non-negotiables are being tested, you'll never find peace in that relationship." The 28-year-old insinuated that Jason had a whole roster of women during the time they were together. She said, "If a man wants a different girl every week over his family, I'll never accept that. We will never be able to make it work happily. I was straight up told that I should turn the other cheek. I'll never be okay with sharing a lover that I love with all my heart. If the streets come first, I can't change that." Number 5. Ime Udoka. Actress Nia Long had been in a relationship with Celtics coach Ime Udoka for well over a decade, and the two share a 10-year-old son. Just 2 weeks before they planned to move their family to Boston, with where they were house hunting, Nia learned about his betrayal. It turns out her fiance was having an affair with a married front office staffer. It was Ime who reportedly came clean to the actress about the affair because news of his infidelity was about to be made public. On September the 22nd, the Boston Celtics announced that the coach had been suspended for the 2022 to 2023 season for violating team rules. Nia then released a statement addressing her heartbreak, saying, "The outpouring of love and support from family, friends, and the community during this difficult time means so much to me." Ime also released a statement saying, "I want to apologize to our players, fans, the entire Celtics organization, and my family for letting them down. I am so sorry for putting the team in this difficult situation, and I accept the team's decision." Number 4. Sebastian Bear McLeod. Early this month, Emily Ratajkowski filed for divorce from film producer husband Sebastian in Manhattan Supreme Court after 4 years of marriage. Back in July, a source close to the model confirmed that the couple had broken up because of his infidelity. Quote, "He cheated. He's a serial cheater. It's gross. He's a dog." Although Emily hasn't spoken out directly about her personal life, she has removed both her engagement ring and wedding band and has been photographed without the jewelry for at least 3 weeks. She chose not to trash Sebastian publicly, but instead subtly confirmed the rumors by liking several tweets, including one that said, "Emrata, finally free from that man, just proves that God is actually very real." And "I can't believe that little B cheated on Emrata." In truth, everyone was especially surprised that Emily got cheated on, given her insane beauty and supermodel status. Pretty soon the internet flooded with women in despair saying things like, "Well, if Emily Ratajkowski got cheated on, then no one is safe." Number 3. Neo. In early August, Crystal Renee Smith filed for divorce from Neo after 6 years of marriage, alleging that he had not only fathered a child with another woman, but had been cheating on her for 8 years with multiple women. She exposed him on Instagram, saying, "8 years of lies and deception, 8 years of unknowingly sharing my life and husband with numerous women who sell their bodies to him unprotected, every last one of them. To say I'm heartbroken and disgusted is an understatement. To ask me to stay and accept it is absolutely insane. The mentality of a narcissist." Neo responded on Twitter writing, "For the sake of our children, my family and I will work through our challenges behind closed doors." But the worst part was that Crystal discovered the truth just 3 months after she and her husband had renewed their wedding vows. The betrayal that she would have felt is immeasurable, particularly because in her case, the cheating had been going on for such a long period of time before she ever found out. Number 2. Matthew Morrison. In late May, it was reported that the Glee star got kicked off season 17 of So You Think You Can Dance because he developed an inappropriate relationship with a female contestant. Matthew has been married to Renee Puente since 2014, but he still decided to pursue a female contestant on the show, who has not been named, and sent her flirty DMs on Instagram. A US Weekly source claimed that the messages contained sexual innuendos and were flirty to the extent that he was overstepping boundaries. Eventually, the contestant felt so uncomfortable with his line of comments that she went to producers, who then got Fox Studios involved. After they did an internal investigation, Matthew was fired on the spot. The following week, the father of two tried to recover his reputation and took to Instagram insisting that he only asked the contestant for her phone number to help her get a job as a choreographer on a different show. Yeah, I don't think anyone was buying that. And coming in at number 1, Monty Lopez. During an interview with Page 6 in early July, influencer Renee Ash claimed that she had a 5-month affair with Addison Rae's father, Monty Lopez, after he misled and lied to her about the state of his marriage with Sherry Nicole Easterling. She said, "He told me that we were gonna be together and have babies together. I thought we had something real. He told me a story of his marriage that convinced me that they were apart and in the process of getting a divorce." The 25-year-old said that she dumped Monty in early July after several other women told her that he had hit on them in person and on social media. She said, "I loved him and I believed him. When I found out about the other young girls, my heart broke." The creepy part is that Renee is just 4 years older than Addison, and Monty is 46. What's even crazier is that the affair led his wife to hook up with the rapper Young Gravy, much to everyone's surprise. But the only person who must be truly embarrassed about all this is Addison Rae.
In at number 10, Nick Lachey. Jessica Simpson revealed in her recent memoir that she had an emotional affair with Johnny Knoxville while married to Nick Lachey. In the memoir titled Open Book, she spoke about how she felt the emotional cheating was worse than physical, writing, quote, "To me, an emotional affair was worse than a physical one." She added that since she waited till marriage to do the deed, she finally realized that the emotional part mattered much more than the physical, and apparently Johnny and her had a much stronger emotional connection than her and Nick, stating that it was more of a betrayal to have that connection than to sleep with him. And at number 9, Dennis Quaid. Meg Ryan has admitted to dating Russell Crowe while she was married to Dennis Quaid, but says that they were both unfaithful in the marriage. In 2000, Meg Ryan and Russell Crowe starred in the movie Proof of Life. Then photos of the pair getting close on set emerged, and cheating rumors started swirling. Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid ended up divorcing, and Meg Ryan started officially dating Russell Crowe, although that relationship didn't last long and they split shortly after. Following the scandal, Meg Ryan told In Style, quote, "What wasn't in the story was the reality of my marriage for 9 years. Dennis was not faithful to me for a long time, and that was very painful. I found out more about that once I was divorced." The drama with the love triangle ended up derailing Meg's career, as the public couldn't just see her as the girl next door anymore. And at number 8, Khloe Kardashian. Khloe Kardashian was actually on the last part of this list because sadly she's been cheated on a lot. During her marriage to Lamar Odom, the pair looked like a picture-perfect fairy tale, and Lamar treated Khloe like a queen on their TV show. But later it was exposed that Lamar had cheated on Khloe hundreds of times over their marriage. Lamar said that after he got with Khloe, hundreds of women came out of the woodwork and wanted to sleep with him, and he gave in to temptation. But he said that his one regret is cheating on Khloe. Quote, "If there's one thing I regret when I was married, it was having multiple affairs with different women. That wasn't the stand-up thing to do. I wish I could have kept it in my pants." The pair finalized their divorce in 2016, and the Kardashians supported him after his life-threatening OD. And at number 7, Ali Laundrie. While Mario Lopez was engaged to Ali Laundrie, he cheated on her, and their marriage ended only weeks after it began. The couple met in 1998 and dated for 6 years before getting married in 2004, but 2 weeks after the marriage the pair got an annulment, and it was rumored that Lopez had cheated. Neither spoke about it for years until Lopez admitted that he did cheat on Laundrie, well at his bachelor party days before the wedding. He told Howard Stern, quote, "I figured at that point it was easier to ask for forgiveness. It's my bachelor party. We were going to have a good time. I was wrong for obviously lying, and I shouldn't have been in that position." He later admitted that he messed around with several women that weekend. The pair split and are now in other happy relationships. And at number 6, Nick Kokas. While Catherine McPhee was married to Nick Kokas, she was caught kissing her married Smash director, Michael Morris. So obviously that's incredibly messy. The pair ended up splitting because of the cheating, but in the end, Catherine says she doesn't have any regrets about the situation. She told Ocean Drive magazine, quote, "I got married really young and then divorced, and in the last couple of years, I felt like, wow, this is what I should have been doing when I was 20 instead of planning a wedding." She added that she learned deeply from her choices, and she is happy to have strong influences in her life who will force her to look at her failures. Catherine is now married to David Foster, and they have a child together. And at number 5, Jamie Bergman. Bones actor David Boreanaz was exposed for cheating in the worst way possible. He actually had to come forward and admit to cheating because he was being extorted by the woman he had the affair with. Apparently multiple infidelities took place in the marriage, and at a certain point he had to own up to it. He told people, quote, "I just want to be open and honest, I was irresponsible. I was associated with a woman who I was involved with and had a relationship with. She asked for money. I felt as though I was being blackmailed or there was some sort of extortion." After he admitted to the cheating, the pair did not split up and worked to try and get their marriage back on track. The pair are still together to this day. And at number 4, Brittany Cartwright. If you guys watch Vanderpump Rules, then you know about this disastrous cheating scandal. While Brittany and Jax were dating, cheating rumors plagued the couple. It didn't help that Jax was a proven cheater at that point already. The cheating was officially confirmed in season 6 of the show, when Jax admitted to hooking up with one of their colleagues, Faith Stowers. Brittany wasn't sure whether to stay with Jax at that point, but she told Us in 2018, quote, "I see him every single day making efforts, and he's completely changed the way he treats me, the way he talks to me, the way he listens to me. Every single thing about our relationship is better." The pair later got married in 2019 and are still together. And at number 3, Cardi B. Cardi B and Offset are another celebrity couple that is constantly attracting cheating rumors. The worst was in 2017 when Offset was caught in bed with another woman in a video that went viral online. Cardi responded by saying this kind of thing happens to everyone and that she had no intention of leaving him. Then in 2018 the pair officially got married and then welcomed their first daughter, Culture. But their rocky relationship did not stop there. After more rumors of cheating, the pair split only a year after they got married. Cardi even filed for divorce. The woman that Offset was hooking up with at that time even apologized for her part in the mess. But eventually they got back together and just welcomed a second child together. And at number 2, Hillary Clinton. This was the scandal that rocked the political world and made everyone think differently of Bill Clinton. While Bill was in office, it was exposed that he had an affair with his White House intern Monica Lewinsky, who was 22 years old at the time. His political opponents took this opportunity and tried to get Bill to lie under oath so he would be impeached, and their scheme worked. When speaking about it at a televised conference, he famously said, quote, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman." But this lie then caused him to get charged with perjury and obstruction of justice. Bill was impeached due to this debacle and removed as president. Even though Hillary was the laughingstock at the time, she stood by Bill. Hillary said, quote, "It was really hard, it was painful, and I was so supported by my friends just rallied around." And finally, number 1, Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen divorced his wife Larsa Pippen in 2016 after 19 years of marriage because of allegations that she cheated. Apparently, multiple sources confirmed that she was hooking up with the rapper Future. One insider said at the time, quote, "He found out about Larsa and Future and couldn't handle it, although after briefly splitting, they actually got back together 4 months later." But then 2 years after that, Larsa was the one that filed for divorce again. I guess the pair weren't able to work it out and realized that they were better apart.
Number 10. Liam Payne. The former One Direction member was engaged to Maya Henry in the summer of 2020. Their romance began in 2019 when the pair was pictured together at a series of public events, and they announced their engagement the following year, and Liam proposed with a $4 million ring. But Maya first indicated there was trouble in their relationship after a fan went on Instagram and posted a slideshow of Liam hugging and kissing a mysterious brunette. The fan tagged Maya in the post, which prompted her to go off in the comments section. She wrote, "Please stop sending me these pictures of my fiance wrapped around another woman. This is not me, and it's hard enough knowing this happened without seeing it." Scandal erupted online as Liam began receiving tons of backlash for his alleged infidelity, which he adamantly denied, insisting that they weren't together at the time. Either way, the young couple eventually broke up for good that same year. If you're loving this video so far, please hit that like button, it would really help us out. Number 9. Adam Levine. The Maroon 5 frontman has been married to his Victoria's Secret supermodel wife Bahati Prinsloo for almost a decade, and the couple have 2 children together, and another one on the way. But all that came crashing down when an Instagram model named Summer Stroh went on TikTok and posted a video called "Having an Affair with a Man Who's Married to a Victoria's Secret Model," which was basically a whole video confessing that they had been in a relationship with Adam Levine for a whole year. She has also come through with a whopping amount of evidence and posted a series of DMs that Adam sent her on Instagram. To make matters worse, several months after their affair, Adam DM'd Sumner out of the blue asking if she would be okay with him naming his new baby after her. This news was perhaps one of the biggest cheating scandals of the year, and so far another 4 women have come out claiming to have been involved with the singer at one point in time. Number 8. Ned Fulmer. The internet went crazy when a video started circulating on social media of Ned Fulmer from the Try Guys kissing his employee Alex Herring at a New York City bar. Alex is actually one of the most well-known employees of the company, and over the years she's been featured in many videos. But if that wasn't bad enough, she was engaged to her fiance Will Thayer at the time, and the couple had been together for 11 years. The scandal was insane. Fans were beyond shocked that certified wife guy Ned was even capable of cheating on his beautiful wife Ariel Fulmer. He was known as a super devoted husband who loved to gush over his wife in almost every video. So he really betrayed the audience as well as his own family. As a result, he was swiftly fired from the Try Guys, and he had to put out a statement owning up to the affair, admitting to having a consensual workplace relationship. Number 7. Gerard Piqué. In early June, Barcelona and Spain football star Gerard Piqué's high-profile marriage to Colombian star Shakira allegedly ended due to his unfaithfulness. A few days later, Shakira and Piqué confirmed that they had in fact called it quits. According to Spanish newspaper Marca, the other woman was 23-year-old Clara Chia, who was dating one of his friends at the time. Piqué was allegedly smitten the first time he saw her, and they exchanged phone numbers and started dating in secret. Now, new details have emerged that he may have been cheating on Shakira as far back as 2012 with Israeli supermodel Bar Refaeli, who also happens to be Leonardo DiCaprio's ex-girlfriend. The affair was exposed when Shakira found messages detailing their intimate encounters. When she was asked about Piqué being linked to another woman, she told Elle magazine, "I can only say that I put everything I had into this relationship and my family," and pointed out that although she chose her marriage over her career, sadly it still didn't work out. Number 6. Jason Derulo. Nearly 1 year after Jason Derulo and Jenna Frooms broke off their relationship, she exposed him for cheating on her throughout their relationship. When her comment section filled up with people accusing her of sleeping around, Jenna took to Instagram to correct the narrative, saying, "It's unfortunate my situation didn't work out because we once did aspire to be married, but maybe it's best to be single than be in a relationship and constantly be disrespected and cheated on and lied to. No one aspires to be a single mom, but if your non-negotiables are being tested suggested, "You'll never find peace in that relationship." The 28-year-old insinuated that Jason had a whole roster of women during the time they were together. She said, "If a man wants a different girl every week over his family, I'll never accept that. We will never be able to make it work happily. I was straight up told that I should turn the other cheek. I'll never be okay with sharing a lover that I love with all my heart. If the streets come first, I can't change that." Number 5. Ime Udoka. Actress Nia Long had been in a relationship with Celtics coach Ime Udoka for well over a decade, and the two share a 10-year-old son. Just 2 weeks before they planned to move their family to Boston, where they were house hunting, Nia learned about his betrayal. It turns out her fiance was having an affair with a married front office staffer. It was Ime who reportedly came clean to the actress about the affair because news of his infidelity was about to be made public. On September the 22nd, the Boston Celtics announced that the coach had been suspended for the 2022 to 2023 season for violating team rules. Nia then released a statement addressing her heartbreak, saying, "The outpouring of love and support from family, friends, and the community during this difficult time means so much to me." Ime also released a statement saying, "I want to apologize to our players, fans, the entire Celtics organization, and my family for letting them down. I am so sorry for putting the team in this difficult situation, and I accept the team's decision." Number 4. Sebastian Bear McLeod. Early this month, Emily Ratajkowski filed for divorce from film producer husband Sebastian in Manhattan Supreme Court after 4 years of marriage. Back in July, a source close to the model confirmed that the couple had broken up because of his infidelity. Quote, "He cheated. He's a serial cheater. It's gross. He's a dog." Although Emily hasn't spoken out directly about her personal life, she has removed both her engagement ring and wedding band and has been photographed without the jewelry for at least 3 weeks. She chose not to trash Sebastian publicly, but instead subtly confirmed the rumors by liking several tweets, including one that said, "Emrata, finally free from that man, just proves that God is actually very real." And "I can't believe that little B cheated on Emrata." In truth, everyone was especially surprised that Emily got cheated on, given her insane beauty and supermodel status. Pretty soon the internet flooded with women in despair saying things like, "Well, if Emily Ratajkowski got cheated on, then no one is safe." Number 3. Neo. In early August, Crystal Renee Smith filed for divorce from Neo after 6 years of marriage, alleging that he had not only fathered a child with another woman, but had been cheating on her for 8 years with multiple women. She exposed him on Instagram, saying, "8 years of lies and deception, 8 years of unknowingly sharing my life and husband with numerous women who sell their bodies to him unprotected, every last one of them. To say I'm heartbroken and disgusted is an understatement. To ask me to stay and accept it is absolutely insane. The mentality of a narcissist." Neo responded on Twitter writing, "For the sake of our children, my family and I will work through our challenges behind closed doors." But the worst part was that Crystal discovered the truth just 3 months after she and her husband had renewed their wedding vows. The betrayal that she would have felt is immeasurable, particularly because in her case, the cheating had been going on for such a long period of time before she ever found out. Number 2. Matthew Morrison. In late May, it was reported that the Glee star got kicked off season 17 of So You Think You Can Dance because he developed an inappropriate relationship with a female contestant. Matthew has been married to Renee Puente since 2014, but he's still decided to pursue a female contestant on the show, who has not been named, and sent her flirty DMs on Instagram. A US Weekly source claimed that the messages contained sexual innuendos and were flirty to the extent that he was overstepping boundaries. Eventually, the contestant felt so uncomfortable with his line of comments that she went to producers, who then got Fox Studios involved. After they did an internal investigation, Matthew was fired on the spot. The following week, the father of two tried to recover his reputation and took to Instagram insisting that he only asked the contestant for her phone number to help her get a job as a choreographer on a different show. Yeah, I don't think anyone was buying that. And coming in at number 1, Monty Lopez. During an interview with Page 6 in early July, influencer Renee Ash claimed that she had a 5-month affair with Addison Rae's father, Monty Lopez, after he misled and lied to her about the state of his marriage with Sherry Nicole Easterling. She said, "He told me that we were gonna be together and have babies together. I thought we had something real. He told me a story of his marriage that convinced me that they were apart and in the process of getting a divorce." The 25-year-old said that she dumped Monty in early July after several other women told her that he had hit on them in person and on social media. She said, "I loved him and I believed him. When I found out about the other young girls, my heart broke. The creepy part is that Renee is just 4 years older than Addison and Monty is 46. What's even crazier is that the affair led his wife to hook up with the rapper Young Gravy, much to everyone's surprise. But the only person who must be truly embarrassed about all this is Addison Rae.
At number 10, we have Patrick Carney. After 3 years, Michelle Branch and Patrick Carney called it quits, and Michelle Branch was then arrested over a domestic dispute with her husband, who she accused of being unfaithful. The Davidson County Sheriff's Office confirmed that Michelle was taken into custody and then released on a $1,000 bond. The singer will then be due back to court on November 7th. Just before the incident occurred, Michelle had tweeted and deleted a note 2 hours earlier claiming that the Black Keys drummer had cheated on her while she was at home caring for her 6-month-old baby. Michelle would then later address that she and Patrick were splitting, and she would also say that she was devastated and that a rug was completely pulled out from underneath her, and now she had to figure out how she could move forward. At number 9, we have Matthew Lawrence. In late August, Cheryl took to TikTok to share a video of herself and accused her ex of cheating on her. Cheryl went on to say that the guy she was seeing would never talk to his mistress again, but then she found text messages and a necklace hidden in a pair of his shoes. Cheryl then went on to write across a video in which she would suggest that Matthew had been unfaithful during their marriage. The Dancing with the Star pro would then caption the clip with the feature of Adele singing "The Last Time" from her song "When We Were Young." Cheryl would then write, "This is the last time and it's absolutely right, goodbye forever." Now Cheryl was definitely going through the blues now that her divorce was finalized, so she never did call out the cheater by name, but considering that she's never been with anybody else after the couple split, it's clear that Matthew cheated. Hey Peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on all the gossip to come. At number 7, we have Sam Hunt. Now it's never a good idea to cheat on your spouse. However, we can argue that sometimes there are certain times worse than others. And Sam Hunt cheating on his wife just months before she was due to give her first child, it's one of those times. In papers his wife filed back in May, Hannah cited that Sam was found guilty of inappropriate marital conduct and adultery. TMZ would also report that within her filing, Hannah also checked a box reading that the husband is guilty of such cruel and inhumane treatment or conduct towards the spouse as renders cohabitation unsafe or improper. Now, the divorce papers were filed just a few months before she was due for having her child and the couple's 5-year wedding anniversary. Hannah is now looking to receive child support, alimony, and primary custody of the couple's child. At number 6, we have Angelina Purnick. Jersey Shore star Angelina Purnick had a secret affair for 2 years behind her husband Chris's back. Insiders have said that Angelina has been dating New Jersey native Joseph Tarallo throughout much of her marriage to Chris before he filed for divorce back in January. Joe and Angelina started seeing each other back in 2020 and immediately started to spend more time together. Apparently she was barely going home and it caused a lot of trouble for her and Chris's relationship. When Chris learned about the relationship, he immediately moved out of the house just before the holiday season, and then he would give her another chance. However, she continued to see Joe and it caused Chris to file for a divorce. At number 3, we have Randall Emmett. Now, Randall Emmett became majorly burned after getting caught cheating by his fiancée, Lala Kent, earlier this year. When the Vanderpump Rules star wiped her Instagram clean of Emmett back in early October, many fans started to speculate something was seriously wrong. Emmett would then be accused of cheating on Lala with a couple of girls while he was in Nashville. Emmett was able to get away with cheating on Lala for so long because he was using burner Instagram accounts and he had a burner phone that he would use to text other girls on. Now, Randall hasn't come out to confirm the allegations, but he has said he'll never talk ill about Lala because she is the mother of his 1-year-old child. At number 2, we have Matthew Rondeau. Now, Shauna Moakler posted some pretty cryptic messages about Matthew Rondeau following their breakup. The post that she would post on her Instagram story would fuel rumors that Matthew cheated on her with multiple women. Shauna would write, "Stop stressing over a guy who can't be yours because he wants to be with everyone." Now, their breakup would come as somewhat of a surprise to fans as Shauna has been gushing about how supportive Matthew has been with helping her create new content. Matthew would then in a deleted Instagram story come out to say that he would never speak to Shauna ever again, and he also claimed that she had been seeing other people while they were still together. And at number 1 today, we have Travis Scott. So last week, Instagram model Rojan Carr shared on her private story a video of Travis on set of a shoot. This video would start speculation that the two have met up. Now, Travis would come out to say that a lot of weird things were happening and going on, and that an uninvited person showed up on his set, and that fans needed to stop telling fictional stories. Now, Rojan would then come out to say that everyone is aware that he and her have been seeing each other, and in recent times they have been together, and that he cheats on Kylie every single night. The model then went on to note that she was even with Travis on Valentine's Day, and when she ran out, Travis had every girl blowing up her phone to get her to come back. Sources claim that Kylie is so sick of hearing about Travis cheating accusations, and she loves him, but she's sick of his commitment issues.